Cool. Okay, hi. So yeah, we're going to get a bit deep and meaningful here because I'm going to do some poems. And this is the first time I've done this with like real people in front of me and not a camera. So yeah. This first piece I wrote when I was dealing with the fact that someone I went to school with passed away. He died earlier this year from a drug overdose, and it made me reflect on like my own attitude towards drugs and the education we had at school and all that fun stuff. So I wrote this a couple of months ago about the headspace I was in then. So this is called High. Cannabis, a naturally occurring plant, legal to intake in parts of the world. Ecstasy, usually swallowed down before a party. It makes the music louder and the fun more fun. Cocaine can be induced as a powder or smoked in a pipe. Heroin. Heroin's the big guy, top of the food chain, death from a needle. Don't do drugs was the message school was trying to convey when they sat us down day after day for another talk on drugs. Couldn't we say learn about the voting system or taxes, but no, missed it down. Today is don't do drugs, but doesn't don't do it kind of mean do it anyway? I mean just try it once anyway. I'm sure it'd be fine anyway. School. They once gave us this leaflet, this glossy advertisement for all that is out there in the world of drugs, and not just the science, but street names too. They were considerate enough not to want me to appear the fool, asking if anyone has any marijuana. Try saying weed or grass. On the back, I half expected to find the name and number of the dealer with the fairest price. Isn't such an onslaught of information just igniting curiosity? And we all know what killed the cat. But as much as I might love to stand up here and say that I am and always have been completely anti-drugs, I did spend half my time in Amsterdam holding my breath. But it's not like I'm not grateful for ibuprofen each time the time of the month comes around. I swallow citalopram daily just to keep my brain sane, and I'll repeatedly chuck alcohol with the expectation of fun, or perhaps just to make socializing easier, but it's just the proper ones. The illegal ones that have got to be worse because they're illegal, although apparently and quite possibly cannabis is better for you. At least despite having so many people in my life who would passionately advocate the latter, I can say that I've never felt pressured to break that one rule from school. I mean, it's to be expected that I should have to explain myself repeatedly, scrambling for a new way of saying no. I do not want to try, not once, just no. I have no interest in such a high. I guess it's understandable that I don't want to isn't an acceptable explanation. Perhaps it's time to tap into a darker truth, a fear of psychotic episodes, the knowledge of the memories of lives scrambled, torn and ripped apart, taken, bodies barely into adulthood who reached for that high to be left cold. And school taught me enough that I know that that doesn't happen from one puff of smoke, but I know that now in my mind it's all sort of the same. And I never needed to know that cocaine can be induced as a powder through the nose or smoked in a pipe. Honestly, I think it can kill you should have sufficed. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more that's like, it's a little bit happier because that was fucking depressing. So I wrote this at 2 a.m. last night because I couldn't sleep because I was excited about being here and seeing everyone and doing this all again. So this is called London, I Love You. London, I love you. It's 2 a.m. and I'm wide awake, which isn't ideal because this week is going to be hectic and my mental state is already fragile at best, but I'm sitting by the river, looking out across to Canary Wharf and all the sparkling city lights, and honestly, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. There are already so many memories passing me by on this riverside, shooting my first film, the attempts at going for runs, the photo shoot, kissing my first boyfriend. There was a time when I thought I couldn't do it, move to London, be on this uni course, do this. There were nights where I thought I couldn't possibly see the sunrise the next morning, but I did. I did it all. And I cannot wait to see what the city has in store for me next. London, I love you. And scene. Thank you very much. I have a YouTube channel, but it has a ridiculous name. It's called The Face of Kirsty, but there's a 0 and it ends in an EH rather than a Y, which is what my name is. But I have business cards, as Jake is showing, so if you see me around and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, let me know. Thank you.